We continue our sequence of EVU mini courses addressing Model S tips and tricks by considering the interior of the vehicle. As you've learned in a previous mini course, most controls and settings are handled via the 17-inch touchscreen display. As a consequence, there are relatively few buttons, knobs, or switches in the Model S. However, there are a few interior physical controls that you should understand, along with tips and tricks associated with them. On the left side of the steering wheel, there are two control buttons and a roller button that provide useful functionality within easy reach of the driver. The top and bottom buttons move radio stations up and down the list of presets. For internet or satellite radio, or for Bluetooth connections or a USB drive, pressing one of these buttons will skip to the next song or station or go back to the previous one. A press of the roller button inward will mute audio or pause the audio stream. The button toggles this function. The right side steering wheel controls also offer useful functions, including initiation of voice commands and display of a menu list. In addition, with a Bluetooth phone connected, a press on the lower menu button will select the phone icon and your recent calls will appear. While talking on the phone, the menu button will display options: hang up, mute, and hold. Using the steering wheel controls, it's possible to customize the left and right dash display, that is, the display area to the left and right of the speedometer. Press the scroll wheel on either the left or right side of the steering wheel to display available display options. Roll the wheel to scroll through those options, and then tap the wheel when the option you'd like is displayed. The information that can be displayed includes things like energy consumption or the current audio that's being shown. Regardless of the left and right displays that you've chosen to customize your dash display, the left display will automatically default to the 3D navigation path when you're using the navigation function. The right display will automatically display the phone menu when you have an incoming call. Earlier in this EVU Model S curriculum track, I jokingly referred to the car as a computer with four wheels. Like all systems, the computers controlling the Model S display and dash occasionally need a reboot. If your car is refusing to display a particular piece of information, or some minor function isn't operating properly, doing a reboot often corrects the problem. It's very important to note that these computers are independent of the Model S main computer and firmware, that is, the computers that control all safety-related driving functions. So you're in no danger of rebooting anything directly related to the control of the car. In fact, although I don't recommend it, a reboot can occur while the car is in motion. Although it's important to note that your touchscreen and/or dash will go black as the reboot occurs. To do a screen reboot of the dash display, hold down the right and left top steering wheel buttons simultaneously for 5 to 10 seconds to reboot the driver's console display. To do a screen reboot of the 17-inch touchscreen display, hold down the right and left rollers simultaneously for 5 to 10 seconds to reboot the touchscreen. It's also possible to take a screenshot for service if something goes wrong. Hold down the steering wheel buttons on each side for a few moments to grab the screenshot. Your LED lights can be set to off, on, or auto using the controls button in the lower left-hand corner of the 17-inch display, followed by selecting the dome button under lighting. But many new Model S owners don't realize that the LED lighting units in the headliner can be turned on by pushing on the lens. Press again to turn them off. Also, you should know that the lights will turn off automatically when the car locks. In an emergency, or if for some reason your frunk or rear doors won't open, there's a secondary mechanical latch beneath the glove box to open the frunk, as well as one within the frunk itself. It's toward the front. Of course, that's working under the assumption that you're locked inside the frunk. These are illustrated in the photos on your screen. There's an emergency mechanical door release for the back doors in case of electronic failure under the front edge of the seat covered by a carpet cutout. This concludes our discussion of interior functionality, but there's more tips and tricks to come. We'll visit those in the next set of EVU mini courses.